Here we are, Coffee with Bob. Today, my special guest is a good friend of mine, Deb Deschamps. Deb, welcome to the show.
Hi, Bob. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Fun.
I'm so excited to have you here today because let me tell you, you are so fun. It's like you're the best person out there just to have a good time and enjoy life. You really are.
Thank you. That's one of my missions for sure. Life is short, so
yeah.
we have to make the most of it.
Thanks. So let me do this. Let me get right into where I want to go because this is important stuff, okay?
Okay.
So I want to let you know that you finished, in the top 5% internationally for Berkshire Hathaway HomeServices.
Yes, that's awesome.
All right. And that means you're in the top 2,500 agents worldwide.
2,500 agents worldwide.
Isn't that amazing?
And that takes into account, like, we're in this little pocket, but there's Boston and New York and
internationally.
That's awesome.
Yeah, there's offices in like England and Portugal and all over the world.
Thank you for sharing that with me. That means a lot.
I'm so proud and happy for you. I'm beaming today, right?
Thank you.
So let's talk a little bit about that, Deb. Your success, you specialize in different things. One is the senior and one is luxury. Tell us a little bit about that and how you got those awards and different things, or certificates, I should say.
Yeah. Well, I recognize the fact that baby boomers are now the largest growing population. And I can remember when my grandma, I'll keep this short, but I remember when I was real little and she couldn't stay in the house any longer. And then she had to make that transition, and how difficult and challenging that was for her on so many levels. And I think that now we have so many more tools and resources available for our seniors to make those transitions. And I'm super happy about that. And I love the idea of being a part of that experience for folks,
Yeah, I see you come in the office all the time and you're at our training classes. How do you find those?
My God, the training classes are amazing. I walk out with notes and race back to my office. I can't wait to implement them and execute some of that stuff. Stephanie does a really powerful job with those trainings, and I'm grateful. And and you provide just countless pieces of support. I'm grateful to be part of this brokerage.
Thanks, Deb. I really appreciate that.
You're a great leader.
Thank you. Wow, that's really nice of you.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit more about having fun, because we do have fun in this company. And one of the funnest days that we get to share every year is the Realtor Association of Pioneer Valley Golf Tournament, right?
Yep, absolutely.
We hit a lot of balls into the woods, but we have a lot of fun doing it.
And the water,
right?
And we laugh. Yeah.
But what's really nice, though, is that you enjoy life. I'll go back to what we were talking about earlier, being a really good person. One thing I hear from the realtors, just everybody, how nice you are, how well it is to work with you, and how pleasant. That's just, you don't find that all the time in a competitive business.
Nope, and that's probably one of the greatest compliments anybody could give me.
Yeah, and it's true, though. It's very true.
It's important. I mean, we can experience some stressful situations with a transaction and with people, helping them with, one of the biggest transactions of their life. Yeah. So, to stay calm and find joy whenever you can with that, with your co-brokes, right? With the people that you're alongside of. Exactly. We all have the same mission in mind. We all want to get, our people happy at the end. So.
And that's what it's all about.
That's what
really
it's about.
Making people happy and doing a professional job for them.
Absolutely.
And you do that.
Thank you.
So let's go to some of the hobbies that you have, right? Tell us a little bit about that. I'd like to hear it.
Well, I've had many over the years. I really do. I do have a good time, I've had a great life, and I've done a lot of really fun and interesting things. I guess where to start. So, professional singer. Yeah. And, opened for some major country.
I don't know, but I'm gonna say it for you. So you're too humble to say it, right? Willie Nelson, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that's the famous country singer. You opened for him with your band.
We did, and it was really exciting. Those were exciting times, and it dates us that we're even talking about those people. George Jones, he was a major act back in the day, and so it was quite a feather in our cap as a band to be able to open a show for them, for both of them. But for everything there's a season, right? And, and then, I've been on 3 and 4 day motorcycle, overnight trips, camping trips with my husband on my Harley, and he rode his Harley.
Nice.
And, and I like to do a lot of things like hiking, and, I ran a half marathon. My marathon days might be over. I don't know. We'll see. But you know, I guess what I'm trying to say is that I feel like I've done a lot of fun things in it, and it makes it easier for me to connect with people, because there's not too many people that I can't find some common ground with, just by virtue of having basically always said, sure, you know, sure, I'll do that. Let's try that, you know, including going golfing with you on one of those tournaments. And I'm glad I did say yes to that too. But yeah, so that's where I'm coming from.
But that's, you know, that's really fun, and I admire you for that. Just getting out there and just putting it out there, having a good time.
Yeah, thanks.
So one last thing that I want to talk to you about, which has really touched my heart, and I'll be honest with you, is we were able to obtain a handicap van by your efforts. Right? This is probably about maybe 7, 8, 10 years ago.
I think so, yeah.
Somewhere around there. Yeah. A young lady who I was trying to help out from my hometown, her daughter had a handicap, and she was in need of a handicap van.
I remember.
And we were sitting out in Las Vegas, right, at a convention, and I happened to talk to you and your husband about it, and you turned to your husband, you turned to me, and you said, we have one for you.
Yeah.
And I was
goosebumps right now.
I mean, that was just amazing.
It was a magical moment, really.
Yeah, it was because we were searching, we were trying to find one, and to this day, I mean, Bethany is just like, it's really done amazing things for that family.
Beautiful.
So,
love that.
Working through the Special Kids Fund, can't leave them out. We were able to put that all together from the owner. But that was the start of something, like you said, magical. We went on to our second one, obtaining another van for another young lady from my hometown.
High five on that, yeah.
And then now we're looking at that again. Right now we have a person who worked with us. His name is Nico.
Yes.
Yeah, Nico was involved in a terrible accident, motorcycle accident, no fault of his own.
Yeah.
And we're going to be putting that all together. We're working on it right now. So, you know, thanks for starting that for us through the years.
I'll keep my feelers out again for sure.
But
for Nico,
So, Deb, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks,
it was a
Bob.
wonderful, wonderful conversation.
I had
Cheers
fun.
to 2025, right?
Yes, it's going to be great.
Yes, so
we'll do more fun things.
That's it. I love it. So, thanks everybody. Have a nice day. Take care.
Bye.